Hello friends, today I am going to discuss about a concept. The name is function. Function have so much synonyms like the procedure, subroutine, and the modular programming. Modular programming is very close to the function. What is the modular programming? Whether the big application is divided into the subparts and each part implemented individually. So these subparts is known as a function. So what I will discuss about, these are the table of the contents. Why? What is the need of the function? Function, whether we break the big application into the smaller applications, and the program is generally consists of small parts. A piece of the code which repeats at the many places can be written only once and used again and again. So this one is the beauty of the function. Once you have written, you can reuse in your various codes. So there are two types of function. One is the library function. Those are also called the inbuilt function, like the printf, scanf, sqrt, power. These are the library function. So they are already declared inside the library. Another one is the user-defined function. User-defined function, when the programmer, according to need of a program, design it, whatever the name of the function, like the display, average, acceleration, speed. Okay. So the most of the focus is on the user-defined function. There are three components of the user-defined function. First one is a function declaration. It is also called the function prototype and the function signature. The signature required at the time of the linking. Another one is the function calling. Function calling, whether we are using the function, most probably in the main function, we are calling the function. And the third and the most prominent part of the function is the function definition. Whether you define all the mechanisms and the task of a function, whether what your function will perform, that is the function definition. So these three components required for the user-defined function. Now, one by one, discuss about these components. First one is the function prototype. Function prototype is similarly like the variables, those you used before declare in the program. Similarly, if you're defining your function, it requires the function prototype because it helps to the compiler. When the compiler starts execution from the main, so it start making the object code. So at the time of the linking, when the linker connect all the object files and create a single executable file, so it helps the person. So what are the major components of function prototype? When we talk about the function prototype, three major things come in the mind. One is the function name. What is the function name? Second one is the return type of the function, what the function will return, and supplied argument list. Similarly, here you'll find there is a function, its name is a sum, its return type is the int, and we passing to the two variables inside a function definition. Okay. What is the return type? What is return? But return, when the function return type is by default is a int. If you are not mentioning any return type before the function name, then int appears by default. So your function need to be returned. Similarly, when you start your program with the int main, so at the end you need to write down the return 0. What is the role of return? Return only is the signal which tells to the operating system that the compiler that the function executed properly. So this return is the role of the return in the main function. Here, the function return the value whether it is called by one callee. When the function is called by some variable that is called the callee, so the definition will return after the calculation, the value will be returned to that callee. So, what is the argument? There are two types of the argument: the actual argument and the formal argument. Actual argument with the function calling, whatever the parameter is just passed is called the actual parameter. Okay. And what happened when the function is called? When the function is called, control goes to the function definition, and the actual parameter copied into the formal parameter. So these formal parameters will take the value, will do with the calculation actually. Whatever the value received through the actual parameter, it will be calculated under the function definition. And after calculating, when it will return something, that will be goes to the original callee, which call the function. On the basis of argument and return value, there are four types of categories of the function. This one you can implement any one application using these types of category. There are four category in the user defined function. One is the no argument and no return value. These category actually based upon the argument and the return value. No return, no return, no argument, no return value, with argument but no return value, no argument with return values, and with argument with return values. One by one, I will discuss today. The first category is a no argument and no return value. Just see the three major components which I talked about earlier. The first one is the function declaration. Function declaration is a function prototype. You'll find here the function name is a void. Its return type is a void. Void means this function will not return anything. And the empty set, there's two ways to representing the arguments. One is passing to the void. That means there is no parameter inside this function definition. And you can also write the void. So this function declaration help the compiler. Okay. So in the main function, we just calling to the function add. Similarly, when we call the function add, the control goes to the function definition. So after calling, the function control move to the function definition. It is simply passing to the control. Rather, if there is a no argument, so just control passes to the function definition. If you find there is a no return type and no argument value, that means what will happen? Actually, think the values should be taken through the input through the scanf function. That should also written in the function definition. Calculation will be take place in the function definition, and the final output will be printed in the function definition. All three things will be happen inside the function definition when there is a no argument and no return value. If the value is no argument, so how the value will be passed from the main function to the user defined function definition will not take place. And there is a no return value. So this function definition will not return to this value. So all three things, which are the major components of any programming: input, processing, and the output, all will be take place inside the function definition. So this one is the way by which you can implement the function. There is no argument and the no return value. Second one, with argument but no return value. You'll find with argument and no return value. So you'll find the function prototype is a void end, void add. So still function return type is a void because it is a no return value, and the two parameters just passed. These are of integer type. So the signature, the function, the second line you'll find the second line in the void add int is the function declaration. Similarly, in the main function, we just taken the two variable a and b, and both are getting the input through the keyboard. And now these values are passed in the function add as an actual argument. We know because what is actual argument is at the time of the function calling, what the parameter just passed is the actual argument. So what happened when the function is called inside the main? The control will go to the function definition, which has been written outside the uh, main function. So void add now need to declare the two variables int x and int y. Now the int x and y both are the formal parameter and formal argument. Both get the values from the actual parameter. AB will be copied into the xy. Similarly, here the z, a third variable declared inside the function definition. Now z equals to x plus 5. Now both the values getting added and assigned to the z. And finally, the value of the z has been printed in the printf function. So because there is a no return value, that means the final output will be printed inside the function definition. You always remember such that if no return value is there, so your output will be printed inside the function definition. Okay. Thank you. And next two categories I will discuss in my next lecture. Have a nice day. Thank you.